Thank you to Shopify for sponsoring today's episode.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of You Can Sit With Us. My name is Maggie. I am one of your hosts, and I am joined today by Matthew.
Hello.
Hello. And we're here with Rainie on the ones and twos.
Hello.
Today, we are talking everything plays because the Tonys are coming up, and we are very excited. And Tony. What is the most recent play / musical
Oh my God.
/ Broadway show that you have seen recently?
It's been that long.
Has it really?
Did you?
It's been so long.
You went to Hadestown, right?
I think that might actually have been the last one.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
We had second try. We had a team
Outing.
or office outing to go see Hadestown.
Yes, and it was at the
And most people
Amison.
went.
It was
Yeah.
at the Amison Theater, and it was a touring cast.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And I had seen it. It's one of my favorite Broadway shows.
Really?
In New York. Yes.
Oh, in New York.
Oh, so you?
I saw it in New York with a lot of the original cast members, and I was floored. One, the soundtrack is really, really well done.
The soundtrack is good.
Yeah, but when I saw it in LA, not to shade the touring cast, but I
I didn't like it.
You
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
I did not like it.
Yeah.
I did not like it.
You couldn't
I was
understand anything.
Oh, you couldn't understand. Okay.
Good thing I didn't pay for it.
Wow, we're starting off pretty shady. I was like, how do we start this?
Yeah, with Hadestown. I mean, what I will say though is the soundtrack is
Beautiful.
So I
It is
went
really
to
pretty.
that play, and then MJ was like, "You have to listen to the soundtrack."
See, MJ had seen the original.
Yeah, and she
as
was
well.
like, "This is a nightmare,"
And
and
this
she was
is-
like, "Yeah, no
this is
shade
different.
to the
No shade.
cast or whoever created it."
I know
but-
it's like, don't put me up there.
Oh, yeah.
I could never be a Broadway star. But something really exciting about Hadestown, Matt, which you should absolutely go and see again.
Is it still on? Right now?
It's still, it's still on. And our friend Yola,
huge.
it will be
Love her.
playing Persephone.
Oh, she'll be good.
Yes,
She'll be really
I know.
good.
She'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, love her.
And Lola Tung, who was in The Summer I Turned Pretty, is Eurydice. Isn't that crazy?
Cool.
I need to see it. I gotta go back.
You
I
gotta
love
go.
it. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
Eugene's in New York for a bit. I don't know
Man,
if you.
he just went and saw Cabaret. Eddie Redmayne. He said it was amazing.
I honestly, when he
Literally
told me
said
he
it
was
was
going,
amazing.
I was
2
like,
days
you
ago
have
you
to
saw
go
it.
see it. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I want to see it.
I want to see it. I know. I also haven't been to New York in forever either to even go see anything.
Yeah, you were on the East Coast, but I guess you chose Cherry Blossoms, which is
So
valid.
The nature.
the nature, DC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Zach and I were just in New York a week and a half ago. Yes. It was a crazy week because I literally worked 3 in a row, went to New York for 4, and then worked 3. Like I did not have enough time to do laundry. I was like, I don't think I have scrub pants. Zach, can you help me? I was like, can you help me? In the morning we were like hustling. I was like, can you throw together a peanut butter and jelly sandwich actually? But we were in New York. We were there for 4 days. So we had a slam pack schedule. Zach was out there for an arthritis walk and they gave him a little award and we walked. Yeah, it was really sweet. But while we were there, we saw Illinois, which was a Sufjan Stevens album, which was adapted to Broadway, which we didn't know what to expect at all. But it was really well done.
Oh
yeah.
I love those jukebox. I mean, Mamma Mia classic.
Yes.
Of taking a album and making it. So how do they do? Because he's also one of Zach talks about him just emphatically.
Yeah, it's one of his favorite albums ever.
Yeah. What plot did they add?
There's no dialogue.
Oh.
It's just basically beautiful dancing to each track and kind of different stage and lighting setups.
Very interpretive.
Very interpretive. I was just in awe. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God.
It was great. They did a really good job.
Was it sad? I feel like his music was sad. Yeah.
Yeah. There was definitely sad moments. Yeah. For sure.
Okay, so how else was so New York, what else did you guys do? You walked, did you sightsee?
We had a Central Park day, which was really cool. Zach joked at one point, he was just like, we should go see if we can see some cool birds over here. And I was just like, oh, let's just go to the Shakespeare Garden. I wanted to see if maybe the tulips were in bloom, but when we got there, they only last for 2 weeks. So they were all gone. But we met up with a friend later who lives there and he was bird watching and he said he literally takes photos on his iPhone and will scan them and find out what kind of bird they are. And he just does that on the weekends.
Okay.
Isn't
Why
that
are so many people birding now? Is this a thing?
okay? I think it's because we're old.
Is this a thing? Because I literally was talking the other day with my neighbors who are like
Yeah.
younger than me, who live across the street from me, and they go like birding every weekend.
Where do they go? I want to go with them.
Like all over Southern California. They'll like drive like a couple hours away to go on like a walk to see birds. And I'm like,
Honestly,
when did people start birding? Like I've never been like, ooh, I really want to go and just watch a bird.
Really? You don't get
No.
happy when you see a bird?
Like I think they're cool like when I'm like on the porch and I can see them, but I'm not gonna like go someplace so I could go and see these birds.
Remember when we were
Yeah.
in New Zealand and there were such like cool birds?
I mean,
That's
they were
not
wild.
like interesting to you?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go to New Zealand
It's like
for
real
the
life.
birds.
It's like
right?
real life Pokemon. You're like, whoa, what's
true.
that one? What's that
Real
one?
life Pokemon.
You're like, oh, and you get like one of
So
my.
do you have birding binoculars?
I don't, but I should get one. I do have an app on my phone called Marlin where you can like distinguish
Flock the
the
birds.
chirp.
Oh.
So you're like, what is that? And it'll kind of help you.
Yeah.
Shazam for birds.
Exactly.
Yeah, my grandma is a huge birder, and one time me and my dad heard this bird, and he was trying to record it, but he couldn't record it, so he just whistled into his phone and showed it to my grandma. And she was like, I don't know what this is.
Wait, you were in Denver recently.
Yes,
And
yeah,
you went birding somewhere.
probably. I mean, my
You went birding.
You went birding.
You're a birder.
I feel like, I mean, I need to get back into birding. And when I was little, I loved birding. I went with my grandma all the time. I got
Really?
binoculars for
I
Christmas.
feel like that is wow.
Yeah, we went to
That is-
Noodles and Company after. We'd go birding and then go to Noodles. It was
Noodles
so
and
fun.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, what a wonderful little
I
bonding trip
know.
with grandma.
I know. She's so cute. She like yeah. So
Birding.
now even when I see like just like any kind of big bird in the city, I'm like, that's nice. I like that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm not loving city birds.
Oh, you don't like city birds?
I mean, I respect them, but I get really
Not even in
excited when I
Central Park?
see. Oh well, I like get excited when I see anything other than pigeons in New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's your favorite bird? Like, do you like a big color? Do you like a blue bird?
Blue jays.
Mockingjay.
Blue jays are
Mockingjay.
cool. We don't really get them. At
Yeah.
least on my bird feeder. I've been like putting out all sorts of exotic seeds, trying to lure like any sort of anything other than a house finch to my house or a hummingbird.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
It's hard.
LA has a lot of hummingbirds, which was a happy surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we don't really have those in Denver. Sometimes. Every
The
once in
only
a while.
thing I have very small hummingbird feeders purposely because you have to change the nectar so frequently because it grows mold and fungus.
Oh.
And sometimes
What?
you'll get like
You're
if you ever
you're gonna
see-
make them sick.
you can make them sick. Yeah. So you have to change
Oh.
them often. So if you have a really big one, make sure you're changing it.
Yeah.
Up in Big Bear, there's so many woodpeckers.
Oh.
Whoa.
So many woodpeckers. Last time I was there, in the neighborhoods, people just put out all these like metallic streamers
To scare them.
in front of the houses to scare away the woodpeckers because they'll literally just be there and like
Do they
go
damage?
at your house, and they do so much
Oh.
damage.
Wow.
Oh.
So much damage. Yeah.
So everyone's house looked like a disco ball?
Yeah, basically. The whole street, it's like everyone has the streamers.
I like that. That's a vibe.
Interesting.
Woodpeck.
So you're anti-birding, you're anti-pickleball. Are you an indoor cat?
No, I don't think I'm anti either of those things. I'm just not
Bro.
organizing my life around those things.
Uh-huh.
I'm not organizing my life.
You
around-
literally were like, let's go to Central Park to look at the birds.
Doesn't that sound fun? That doesn't sound fun
That's
to you?
organizing your life around the activity.
Okay, sure. We had walked around the reservoir and I was like, oh, what can we do next? We're either going to look at flowers or we're going to look at birds.
Yeah. I got to Central. Okay, so the last time I went to Central Park, I stumbled into this whimsy part, which was very interesting.
I've never
Central
heard of
Park
that.
is large.
It's so big and there's little corners.
I've only
everywhere.
been to probably like not even 1% of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And actually, it must have
crazy.
been 2 times ago because then I looked for it again. It was like this wooden, in the comments, if you know what I'm talking about, like these little wooden paths in and out of like woods. And like it was like decorated to be like fairy vibes.
I wonder if it was like, oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Interesting. Whimsy Park.
Whimsy part. I don't know.
That's what they
Maybe I was
called
just in
it.
like a really good headspace. And I was like, this is so beautiful.
Yeah.
You
But
just
the
imagined
The best
it.
thing to do
Yeah.
is
I
just
know.
like
I sort of am like, did I like black out and like have a
wander
vision?
around and just get lost.
Yeah.
When you have time to just do that, that's usually where you find little gems.
Yeah. Do your guys' dogs want to lead the way when you guys go for walks? They're always like, let's go over here.
Yeah. Reading the paper.
Yeah. And sometimes it's like, why do you want to go here?
Yeah.
Like, this is a really weird part of town.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Weird part of town.
Bowie will lead me into the dark spaces. He likes to just go into everywhere looking for
Explore.
surprise chips, surprise little things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so your last play was long ago, and your play was in
so long.
Yeah.
Oh my
New
God.
York. Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the ones before.
I know. What other ones have you? Yeah,
I've seen 6, which was very
Oh,
fun.
how was
that's
it?
supposed to be so good.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Henry VIII's ex-wives, and each wife is basically but like inspired by a pop star. So there's one that's like Adele adjacent
Mm-hmm.
and like very fun.
Yeah.
One stage setup, really cool costumes. Yeah, it's really fun. It felt like a concert.
Yeah. My cousin went and he loved it.
Yeah.
And does it have to do also with the Spice Girls? Is that part of it? Or
I'm sure there's one of them
Yeah.
that's like inspired by.
yeah.
But if you listen to that album, you can like fully
Yeah.
enjoy it and like
You can hear
understand
it.
what's going on stage because they don't.
Yeah.
It's all just basically a concert. So if you want,
Oh, it's like Hadestown or Hamilton where they don't even really talk. It's like you can get it all from the songs.
you can get it all.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you can get the whole story and like follow it.
Yeah, because if you were to like listen to Wicked soundtrack, you might not totally understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of in terms of soundtracks, or how much soundtracks are you listening to?
Like from start to finish.
musicals.
I feel like
yeah.
I feel like if I'm going to see it, or if I've
You'll do
just
it.
seen it, then I'll like.
if I
Yeah.
have seen it,
Listen
I'll
to it a
listen to
lot.
it like incessantly afterwards,
Yeah.
just like relishing what I just saw, and I feel like it makes more sense. I have friends who will listen to the entire soundtrack before,
And like memorize it.
and I like have no idea. Like I'm always like super into my head, and I'm like, should I listen to this
Right.
before? Is it gonna spoil things, or will it help
Yeah.
inform? But I usually
Because
listen
one of the people on the
afterwards.
soundtrack are better than the people that you see.
Yeah, depending.
Then it's a downer.
Then it's a
Yeah.
downer, yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't get to go along for the ride completely, but you get to understand more.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
on planes. I love listening to Broadway albums. Like I'll fall asleep and I'll like wake back up, and I'm like, oh, we're
Oh,
almost
On
there.
the plane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know why I have them like downloaded. Yeah.
which ones are downloaded on your for your last trip?
Hamilton is downloaded. 6 is downloaded. Hadestown is definitely downloaded.
Wicked, you're getting ready
I feel
for
like
the movie.
I know Wicked's
Yes.
coming out over Thanksgiving, so I'll probably download that one at some point to kind of get excited. Zach's never seen Wicked, so I'm
What?
like, yeah, what?
What?
He's never seen it. Yeah, so
I feel like he'd love it.
he would love it. Yeah,
He's a musical theater goer.
He was waiting for the movie.
yeah.
He was waiting for Ariana.
He's waiting for
for
it.
20 years. He's
Yeah.
just been patient.
So we'll be seeing that.
What's your favorite musical or play of all time?
I feel like when
All
Wicked was the one that I saw at like
Yeah.
my local theater growing up, and I was like obsessed. Love the storytelling.
The one that
Made
I
me
could
cry.
listen to and see over and over again is Book of Mormon.
Oh,
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, tell me
And
everything.
it's so like witty.
yeah.
You know, like it's just so well thought out, and the lyrics are just so good.
Yeah.
And like the humor of it is so funny.
I've never seen it. Isn't that
What?
crazy? Yeah.
Yes.
I've never
It
seen
is
it. It's on
crazy.
the list.
Because I think it's still like it's like always somewhere.
Always
you can always
somewhere.
see it somewhere.
What's
Yeah.
it about? Like what's the themes?
It's basically kind of just like poking fun at Mormonism.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. And it makes fun of like how like when you're a missionary and you're going out into the world, and it's kind of just showing their interactions and kind of how crazy it is. And exposing the Mormon belief system, you know, about all the things that Mormons believe.
Uh-huh.
So when it's in like a musical song, it sounds like wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
When did you see it? How recently?
Oh my, the last time I saw it is actually in LA when it came, but it was like 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you guys where do you think the best place to sit is?
Oh. Best place to
front
sit.
row center. No.
Front row center, just like craning
I feel like it's different based on
the
Yeah.
play.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Lion King for the very first time.
Ooh, I've
And-
never seen Lion King.
Apparently, you should need to see Lion King. It's great. It's been on Broadway for
Yeah.
how many? Like it has
Forever.
never forever. But I took my mom a couple years ago to New York for the very first time, and I was like, well, we have to go see Lion King because
Yeah.
we both haven't seen it, and that's
Yeah.
like we got to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it was maybe Eugene or one of our other friends was like, sit in the aisle.
Oh.
And we got to watch
the
animals come in.
Yeah, they go up and down the aisles.
Which is really exciting. So we just like made sure I put my mom in the aisle seat, which was really fun.
Yeah.
But like for somewhere else, I want to say I don't like being that close because I want to be able to see the stage setup. Well, I guess it depends on play to play.
Play to play.
Yeah.
What's the easiest choice you can make? For me, the window seat is way better than the middle seat. Another easy choice, selling with Shopify. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your own online shop stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage, Shopify's there to help you grow. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout and sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. What I love about Shopify is it's always there to help you grow in the way that you need to, no matter how big or what way. Shopify gives you everything you need to take control and take your business to the next level. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the United States. Plus, Shopify's extensive help resources are there to help support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/sitwithus, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/sitwithus now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/sitwithus. And it depends on what you're seeing. Like I know I used to go to the opera. I used to have like subscription tickets to go to the opera. And the opera is best if you're like in the first mezzanine because most of it's in another language. So they're streaming subtitles or I forgot what you call it when they're singing. It's not called subtitles, but they're like the translation is going across the top of the stage as they're performing.
Oh.
So if you're down too far, it's like harder to read. And then also because it's a lot of like parking and barking, you know, they're kind of just like standing there singing. You don't need to be, you don't need to be like so close because there's not a lot of like detail stuff. Like it's meant to be seen from further away so you can like see like the bigger costumes, and usually the set design is really ornate in a lot of operas. So like you normally want to sit more like in the mezzanine where you're like, if you're up and out, the stage is like a TV basically, like right in front of you right there.
Yeah, live TV.
Yeah.
Where is the last place you saw opera?
Yeah.
Here in LA at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, which is at Music Center right across from the Amundsen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen opera ever.
Yeah. It's so fun.
I've seen like clips of opera in media.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever gone to an opera.
Yeah.
My friend Jesse and I, we got tickets because we'd been going since college. So when we both moved to LA, we did it for like 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
Got like subscription tickets, but we stopped because it was like there were 2 seasons where it's almost the same operas. And we were like, okay, this is not fun to see the music flute like 3 times in a row.
Right.
You know, you're like, okay, I've seen it.
I got it.
I've seen
Well, it's
it
been a
done
couple
multiple
years.
times.
Maybe they have something new, something fresh.
Yeah. Do you have like a emotional, like did you watch it as a kid? Do you have like, is it nostalgic? Is opera?
Well, my friend Jesse and I, we both took voice lessons when we were at school at University of Rochester. Also has the Eastman School of Music, which is like a very prestigious music school. So we got to take voice lessons there as part of our like credits. It's part of our like curriculum. And so we took, it was basically like opera lessons, you know, because it's classical music, classical voice lessons.
Right.
And because we were students there, you also got into like all of the music people who would come there to perform, all the performers. You would get in for either free or like super cheap. Like so cheap. So we would go see things all the time. It was so fun.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Did you want to be a singer at some point?
Kind of. It was like short-lived. It was like more like a hobby. You know? Yeah.
When did you start?
In high school.
Oh.
Do you still sing and enjoy singing?
Sometimes.
Oh, sometimes.
Sometimes. I don't know. I'm so out of practice. You know? If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really.
I feel like you
everything.
get back into it though.
Get back into
your-
it.
Just start in your car.
Right.
Yeah. It's been a moment since we have all gone to karaoke, but karaoke singing is very different. I feel like it is not good for your voice. Well, the way I sing karaoke, at least.
I feel like it's not.
Yeah, do you have any tips for karaoke?
Except if you're doing like New York Broadway karaoke and there's all the Broadway people go and sing.
Yeah. I have no tips. I just scream. I just scream into the microphone until my voice is out.
Zach,
as loud as you can.
Zach says that he's better at karaoke than Keith. Do you guys agree? I haven't seen this. I haven't seen it in action.
I mean,
what are the criteria?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like entertainment. Like who's like the most performance?
Keith has like a calm, like firm presence that like enamors people, and everyone was like, "Whoa, what is that man singing?" Whereas Zach is more camp.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess it's just, I mean, Keith is definitely a better singer, and Zach, bless Zach's heart, we love him so much. He's very entertaining, but Zach knows for a fact that Keith has a better voice, and like will not. But Keith is like, I always wish that I could sing the way Zach does, but I don't want to ruin my voice the way Zach does. But Zach and I don't care because we aren't.
You don't need a voice.
We aren't gifted in our voices.
I remember when we were in Vietnam.
Yes.
And we were on a cruise on Halong Bay, which is near Hanoi. And we were like the only white people on this cruise. And the rest of it was almost like a family reunion. Like everyone else knew each other. Mm-hmm. So at night, one of the activities was karaoke.
Fun.
And we like kind of were sitting in groups waiting for it to start. And so it was us and it was like David, and David's friends, including Keith. And then the other side was the other family. And Keith went up to go sing for them, and it was like a concert.
Yeah. He has such a deep voice that like watching him totally sing enamored. Pop songs, I'm like, you wouldn't think, but it's very entrancing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They loved it.
Yeah. What song are you guys choosing?
What song am I choosing? I feel like I switch it up because like if you sing the same song over and over and you go with the same people over and over, it's not fun.
You gotta
you gotta switch it up.
Because I'll say the last time I went to karaoke, which was the first time I've ever been,
really
bombed 3 times in a row because I chose the wrong song.
Your first time you went to karaoke, you went public
you don't know
room.
The song,
No, it was just a private room.
Okay, I was like, Rainie,
but I still bombed in the private room. People were like, I first of all couldn't sing. The first song I tried was Check on It. Too fast, too hard.
Yeah, if you don't really know the song, don't do it.
I thought
you're not going to enjoy yourself.
You have to try it out. Like you really never know until you're with, because certain groups it'll slam, and then certain I'll judge songs incorrectly. I'm like, this is like a really good karaoke song, and I get there and I get really winded, and I'm like, oh god, I'm like really spiraling.
Really spiraling.
Like Check on It. I'm like, I've heard this song a million times. How hard could it be? Like, it's not hard to sing. And then I was like, oh my gosh, her lungs, Beyonce. I mean,
any Beyonce song,
whole new respect.
Her lung. Have you ever tried doing "Baby It's You"? That is a hard song to sing.
Oh yeah, it's the notes, hitting those notes.
Yeah, it gets higher and higher and higher and higher, and then I'm like, what? I have dug myself into a hole.
Yes. The last karaoke song I sang actually I think was with Becky. And it was also a long time ago. And it was Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better. Like a duet.
Sing it a little bit. I don't know the song.
Like Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better. And it's like bake a pie.
I can do anything better than you.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
That's funny.
You can. You can't.
Did you crush?
It was a hit.
Everyone loves it.
Everyone loves that song.
Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Some old-timey entertainment.
Yeah. Duets are always fun too.
Yeah, especially and if you switch the roles, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so next we're gonna do smash or pass for these sort of riskier ones. So Cats.
The musical?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That movie, that musical has been shoved down my throat.
I know. I was going to say,
too many times. I've seen it 5 times, I think.
My God.
Every single time I kick and scream. I was like, I do not want to watch this again. It's so bad.
There's some amazing songs, right? That everyone knows from Cats.
Yeah.
So that's the good part about it. But do you want to sit and watch the whole thing? No.
Mr. Mistopheles.
Mr. Mistopheles.
You don't want to sit and listen to the whole thing or watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
I loved Cats.
Really?
When I saw it, I was like, but I do think it depends so much on the cast. Because I feel like if it's not the best of everything. Like performance, songs, like stage, just everything has to be just right.
I've never seen it adapted on Broadway or a play. I've only
you've
seen the movie. I thought you were talking about the movie right now.
Oh, you've seen the movie 5 times.
Yes. Yes.
Zach's gonna be like, we're watching it tonight.
He's like, yeah, exactly.
Right.
I feel like we have like an annual viewing party. At least the amount of times I've seen that movie. But you're talking about, okay, what was your perspective on the movie versus like seeing it?
I haven't seen the movie. I got to see it, but I'm kind of scared of like the James Corden of it all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've heard incredibly bad things.
Yeah. I guess like I'm not, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, have you seen
Have you seen Matt?
I did, but I think it was like a community theater thing or something. You know, I don't think it was like, it wasn't on Broadway or anything.
I know people who love
traveling.
Cats.
Yeah.
Love
I
it.
wasn't expecting to love it. I was just like, I guess, like it's so famous, I guess I'll see it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is so funny. I just thought it was so funny and crazy. But yeah, so has Zach seen it on
Oh, I'm
stage?
sure. I'm sure he's seen some sort of
I
school
could see him really
That's how he
into
fell
it.
in love with it.
Yeah.
On the stage.
Also,
Yeah.
such a cat man. He definitely
cat
either
man.
watched a friend or was involved in at some point or have seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of community theater, sometimes I think like a high school performance is better than Broadway. Like it's so cute.
Sometimes it can
It's so
be.
charming.
Yeah.
You're like, it's
Sometimes it can be.
I can't
Sometimes
wait
it's
Sometimes it's sad.
for like many years from now when kids are adapting things that are on like new and fresh on Broadway now, and it'll be
Yeah.
a high school adaptation in the future.
Of 6.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Dear Evan Hansen.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either. But I think it's good. Like I know the music and stuff.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say smash.
I feel like people are split on it, at least
Yeah.
in my circle. I have friends who love it,
Yeah.
and I have friends who hate it.
Kelsey Dara loves it.
Loves it.
Really
Yeah.
will ride for
Yeah,
Dear
so
Evan
I
Hansen.
have no opinion because I have not seen with my own ojos.
Wonka.
Wonka.
The new one, the movie.
The movie.
I haven't seen it. And I think that gives you the answer.
I'm going to say smash, but I also left the theater thinking it was going to be something else.
Oh, yeah.
My expectations were really high.
Yeah.
Really, really high. And
Is the original still the best one?
I think so.
See?
The original is scary.
That's
Yeah.
what's good about it.
Yeah.
But
that's true. As a kid, I was like, oh my gosh, this is.
Fall
is very
into
spooky
the
and, like-
chocolate river.
and like Violet turning violet, I thought about that moment so many times as a
Right.
child. I was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It haunts you.
yeah.
Licking
Yeah.
the wallpaper.
Yeah. I saw it on a plane and I had
It's good.
such low expectations because Guilty Pleasures did it and they just
Eviscerated
were like,
it.
so this is horrible. And so I started watching and then I was like, wait, this is so good. It also is scary, which I liked. It was very unsettling. They had this like the innkeepers scared me
Yeah.
as a 27-year-old. And I found it like so charming, so sweet. And I cried at the end.
Well, you were on a plane.
Yeah.
And they say,
Planes, yeah.
they say,
Planes make
Messes
you cry.
with your emotions.
they do.
Yeah. The Greatest Showman.
I mean, I kind of like The Greatest Showman. I kind of like it.
I've never seen it.
If it's on, I'll watch it, but I don't think I would like be like, ooh, I need to watch this right now.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like Becky really loves it. I wish Becky was here today to
Yeah.
talk about her. She has like a lot of knowledge of musical theater.
She
naturally.
loves musical theater.
She
yeah.
loves it. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she either loves or hate it. I got a 50-50 shot. I think she loves it.
Today she loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Beetlejuice. I haven't seen Beetlejuice, but I know people love
they're
it.
coming out with a remake.
Are they doing a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I just
good.
saw the previews for it last night
Yeah.
at AMC. They're making another one.
Oh,
Yeah.
who's in? Do we know who's in it?
I
Anybody famous?
can't remember.
It is,
I
I,
literally
can't
saw
remember, but the first one was talk about creepy.
Yeah.
The
Wait,
first
what's
movie
that-
was
what is
so
that about?
creepy.
Beetlejuice.
You're like, actually, I have no idea.
I'm gonna sit down. I hear the musical is great.
Yeah, Keith was in it,
Yes.
which is so exciting.
Yes, it's amazing. Very strong cast. Very sweet people, I heard.
The new one is
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. But it still does have some of the original, like Winona Ryder and stuff.
Yes.
Oh.
She's the mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Michael
It's- yeah.
Keaton. Monica Bellucci. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people in it.
Oh my gosh. Similar to Wednesday too, where the original Christina Ricci is in Wednesday and was Wednesday. So it's kind of okay, so next segment, which of these characters would win in a fight from musical theater? So Poppy from Trolls versus
Poppy from Trolls is a musical theater star.
Maggie's dream.
I feel vindicated.
This is Maggie's dream for sure.
Versus Galinda from Wicked.
Who would win?
Yeah.
Linda.
You think Galinda?
I think Poppy.
Yes.
I gotta think Poppy.
I think Poppy.
Belinda's kind of mean.
Isn't it Glinda?
Glinda. Yeah, Glinda's kind of mean.
Belinda.
That's true, but Poppy is witty and cunning and has done a lot. Although I guess Glinda also did she fought a whole
Everything.
Dictator? I don't even know.
Everything. Killed. I think she would win. Also, she's like 500,000 times Poppy's size.
That is true.
Poppy's like as big as your thumb, you know?
So she would just kind of squish her. Just
in brute force.
Yeah.
I'm just happy Poppy was nominated.
Nominated.
Happy to be nominated.
Yeah.
Alexander Hamilton versus Renee Rapp in Mean Girls.
Oh.
Also, Renee Rapp is really mean.
Yeah. Queen
Bee.
I would say Renee Rapp.
Renee Rapp.
Obviously.
She definitely has more attitude, I think.
Vocals.
Yeah.
Not
Renee
saying.
has more attitude. I feel like Hamilton had some attitude.
Yeah.
His is more like angsty, you know? I don't know. I'm still going to say Renee.
You're locking it in?
Yeah, I'm Team Renee.
What do you think, Rain?
I don't know. I feel like Hamilton he's very ambitious.
Yes.
And
he's also very quick-witted.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're both
I'm like, what would their strategy be versus one another? Like, I feel like Renee might pull some strings.
Yeah, and she's a mean girl.
She is a mean girl.
So
Queen Bee. You can't mess with a Queen Bee,
Malicious.
really. Honestly, they're going to win.
malicious.
Yeah.
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 Maria from The Sound of Music versus Zac Efron in Hairspray.
These are very funny.
What do you think, Matt?
Obviously, Zac Efron, right? Obviously.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because he's sort of more of a doer.
Yeah.
I feel like she's more of she's soft. She's gentle.
She's prancing.
Yeah, she's prancing.
I mean, she literally can make things out of curtains, you know? What do you mean she's not a doer?
That's true. That's true. And she's
literally escaping from the Nazis. Okay.
That's true.
That's true.
That's actually does a lot in the movie. Couldn't be doing more, honestly. So you're going Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I also just like Maria more.
Oh,
Maybe
really?
this is a popularity contest between which character I like better.
I love. How do you feel about Hairspray?
What?
It's like fun. It's fun.
I love it.
The soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I still listen to it all the
I
time.
wake up to Good Morning Baltimore maybe once a month.
That's so funny.
Does it make you want to go to Baltimore?
I get in the shower.
How are you choosing which song you're waking up to the night before?
I think that like my Spotify will just like curate things just based on like what I've played in the past, and that's like a good morning bop. Try it.
You're also Chapel Rowan, right?
Yep.
The AI just knows every Tuesday to play Good Morning Baltimore.
Yeah.
Is that an alarm? Like, does it have that?
Also, I feel like Zach and I do it back and forth to like mess with each other, and it's just become like a little bit.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Blasting it through the house.
Yeah.
Do you wake up at the same time?
On our off days, yes.
Yeah.
I try and get him up on the days that I go to work, but it's very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're waking up. How early do you have to wake up for work?
Like 5:40.
Ooh, that's early.
Yeah. Because I need like an hour to like really wake up.
And like get organized.
Yeah.
Like,
I need my brain to wake up because like my body will be awake, but I won't. I'm not. There's certain people that are. I feel like either of you morning people?
I'm like a chameleon.
You're a chameleon.
It's weird. Like I can do late or I could wake up early, but I can't do both in the same, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I go to bed earlier, I can wake up really early.
I'm definitely more productive later in the day, and it takes me a second to wake up. I'm not like chatty the second I wake up.
What?
Because I have my alarm clock set for 7 a.m. every day.
That's good.
Oh,
no matter what.
That's really good.
That's
Even on the
good.
weekend.
yeah.
yeah. So you just don't shift. I've heard that it's like jet lag for weekends. Like
Yeah.
you go
Yeah.
through jet lag when you wake up later.
On my work days, I try and wake up within an hour on my off days, but that's still like 6:40. But I'm more like
that's
on my
like-
off days, I'm like a 7:30 gal.
Yeah.
But that's still, they say to like try and keep it within an hour.
Yeah.
And try to wake up at the same time. It's better.
Yeah.
It depends how late you go to bed.
Yeah, that
Honestly.
too.
Yeah.
Because that throws you off.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just feels so good to sleep in too.
It feels so
It's
nice.
so luxurious.
Yeah.
Luxury.
Yeah, luxury. I like 9 hours of sleep, and it took me a while to really come around to that because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I guess I have to get 8 hours. And then when I realized I like 9 hours, my life changed.
Yeah.
It's just some people like more. Some people don't.
I
need it.
definitely lean on the more, but I also like,
Yeah.
and that I'm still like 14 at heart, and I'm like, I don't want to go to bed right at 10.
Oh yeah,
I need to go to bed at like 11:30.
I know because those
Yeah.
are the funnest hours of the day.
Yeah.
Is when you're like watching TV at night and
The
everything. And, like
funnest hours
the
of the
funnest-
day.
eating some snacks.
When you're home alone in bed
Yeah.
watching TV.
Yeah.
Best.
honestly.
Yes.
Anna Kendrick in Pitch Perfect versus Elder Kevin Price from the Book of Mormon.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like they're both not strong fighters.
Yeah, they're both not strong fighters. I feel like Anna Kendrick's like a little more mean though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like she's a doer.
Yeah. She's a doer.
She's a doer.
Elder Price is less of a doer.
Snap.
No. Yeah, a little wimpy.
A little, just not quite what we need.
Exactly.
All right, let's do some advice.
Advice.
I'm a college student who recently had my first breakup. I was with a guy who was in my friend group for roughly 2 months, but we had been friends for around 5 months before that. I broke up with him because I didn't like him anymore.
Period.
It kind of sounds harsh when I write it out, but I just didn't like him like that anymore. He was incredibly upset, and rightfully so because it came out of nowhere. And I really feel bad that he was blindsided, but it just didn't feel like a relationship. It felt more like just two people being close friends and hanging out, which is what I imagine a friendship should be like. I just didn't think it was going anymore. He also said that my not liking him anymore was not a valid reason to break up.
What?
So do you think it's a valid reason to break up with someone? Also, how do you get over the guilt of breaking up with someone? Because every time I see him now, since we have the same classes and our campus is so small, I can only think about how I broke his heart and broke up our friend group, which my friends say is not my fault, but it still feels that way. And also, this may be a weird question, but how do you know when a relationship is working? And how do you know if you like someone or just the attention you get from that person? I'm from India where dating isn't really that big and a lot of people never date. So I just don't have a lot of people that I can ask advice for or from. And your advice is much appreciated.
Do you think it's a valid reason to break up with someone?
Yes. If you don't like them,
Absolutely.
you should not be with them.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
I feel like you'd be doing someone a disservice if you were just stringing them along.
Because then you're using them.
Yeah. I understand that you never want to have a confrontation if you've never had to break up with someone before and you're kind of putting that off.
Yeah.
But it's worse because everyone deserves someone that not treasures. Everyone deserves someone that like wants to be with them. Like it never should be something forced.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't feel guilty about not being interested in this person anymore.
No. You should feel guilty about how you treat the other person, though. You know what I mean? Or if you lead them on.
Yeah.
Then I feel like that should make you feel guilty, right? If
Yes.
you don't like them and you're just liking the attention from them and then you start dating them because you're getting the attention, but you don't actually like them,
Yeah.
that's when you should feel guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of guilt, I remember I was talking to my uncle when I was like on that. I was just like talking about the dating apps. I was like, yeah, but I feel like I'm just like going to go on these dates and then I'm going to break up with them. I'm not even worried about me like getting broken up with. I'm just worried about breaking up with someone. And he was like, yeah, you can't really like go into the dating world without like, the risk is that you're going to get your heart broken. So I feel like you can't date someone without like, that's the risk you take. So it's okay. He entered that agreement.
Right.
You know?
But it's also just like a part of growing up.
Yeah.
You just have to learn how to deal with those emotions
Yeah.
Right.
and the right way to treat people.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe don't transfer, because maybe as they're making their way through it, you see them 2 years from now and you still hold that guilt. Like, I'm sure at a certain point you need to let go of that and
you can't
stop transferring guilt, because maybe you feel worse about it just because you haven't had to break up with someone in the past.
Yeah.
That's true.
Which is hard.
I mean, what you did to someone in this future, someone's probably going to do to you. So
Yeah.
a lot of
Wait,
people
what do you
have,
mean, like breaking up with
a lot of people
someone?
have like lived experiences like that, right? Like what their ex did to them, they end up subconsciously doing to their next person they date.
Really? Is that a thing? I've never heard that.
Yeah. It happens a lot.
Whoa. Interesting. I'm trying to think, and now I'm reflecting. I'm like,
I know. What have I done?
Yeah. I mean, would you rather break up with someone or be broken up with?
Yeah, because when you break up with someone, it's like
I don't want to. Yeah.
having to have the conversation, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rainie can't handle it.
But also being rejected also is not fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been on both ends. They both suck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Neither is fun.
Neither.
Yeah.
I know.
Is that a choice?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Like, I feel like we talk about this on the tripod sometimes of like, it feels like when you get broken up with, it feels like somebody has like wronged you. And it's like, it's actually okay if they don't have, like, they don't like you. Like this person was saying, like, it's fine if they don't like you.
Yeah.
It's fine if you don't like them. But it feels like an atrocity.
Yeah.
Even though it's not.
Yeah.
How
How do you not take something like that personal? It's like human nature.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's working if everything's like easy.
Right.
Like I have friends who start dating and then they're like fighting all the time. And I'm like, you just like met him like 2 weeks ago and you're already fighting so much.
There shouldn't be that much.
You should not. This is not going to work out.
Forget.
You just got to forget about it.
It's a
Don't
bummer
feel
that-
guilty.
yeah.
It's whatever's done.
Yeah.
Learn and move on.
Yeah. It's a bummer they broke up.
Because if she makes it weird, then it's going to be weird. But if she
Yeah.
makes it not weird,
Then everyone can move on.
then no one will think about it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
And it's hard I feel like being in such small social circles and having to be forced to see the same people over and over. I know it feels like a lifetime being in school, but it'll be done soon.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's such a little blip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just focus on getting through it.
Truth.
Yeah. It's weird because college does feel like you're like, okay, I'll be here forever.
Yeah.
And then it's like when you're out, it's like I've only been out for like 4 years or 3 years or something. Wait, I don't even know. But it's like, feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's a random time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have any tips for breaking up with people nicely over the phone? Have you ever broken up with someone over text?
Yes. When I was much younger. Yes.
Yeah.
I did not like confrontation. I was just like, but I don't recommend doing that now.
Yeah, you want to do a post-it
It's
note.
mean. A post-it note. Slip it over. I am breaking up with you. No check boxes.
Just like Sex and the City. Just do a post-it note. Yeah.
Are you a big Sex and the City person?
I've watched most of it, but it also was like so long ago. You know what I mean? I feel like I need to rewatch to refresh myself
Yeah.
on everything that happened.
Yeah. What are you? Isn't there a thing like, who are you? Which one are you?
Yeah, everyone's always like, who are you?
Yeah. Who do people say you are, Matt? Not would you?
Usually Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
You're like, okay.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. But I don't really like what's the new show called? What's the new Sex and the City show called?
Oh yeah.
When am I blanking
I don't know.
on
The
this?
reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not into it?
I'm not into it.
It just doesn't.
I watched a couple episodes and I was like, I can't do this.
What don't you like about it?
It's not the same.
It's not the same. You want
It
the
feels forced. It feels forced and it feels too improbable.
yeah. There's so many remakes of things.
Yeah.
You know,
It's just kind of, it's a little
And
bit
just like
I
that.
understand that it sells
And
and
just like
it
that.
like
It's called
taps
And Just
on-
Like That.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know it sells, but it's also just like, yeah, it's like,
Everyone's searching for that nostalgia.
yeah.
yeah, just familiar to people like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, these are totally different now. Yeah. What are you guys watching right now?
So I just finished this amazing Scandi noir
Oh.
drama called Arctic Circle.
Okay.
And it's about this amazing strong woman protagonist detective in Finland, in Lapland, which is like on the border of northern Finland and Russia. And like all these murders and like crazy things happen.
Oh,
It's so good. 3 seasons. And what's crazy is that
3 seasons if
it's
you're
like-
interested.
they make it look like it's like so easy just like get into Russia. Like you just get on your snowmobile and you can like just be in Russia. Because like half the crimes and stuff happen in Russia.
Okay.
And that's like a big thing of the show. It's because they don't have any jurisdiction there. So it's like hard.
Are you watching this with Eugene?
No, he doesn't like those shows.
Okay, just wondering. I forget. Okay.
But it's crazy. So they have to partner with the Russian like police. But then obviously there's a lot of, things that get kept from them because the Russian police don't want to be totally honest. They have different priorities. Right? Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So it's there's like lots of different angles.
Yeah.
Of how to approach the crime.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Snowmobile.
But
And
Eugene
cold,
is-
looks cold.
Yeah. And it also makes you feel warmer. You're like, thank goodness I'm not in there.
Thank God I'm not in the cold.
So you binged all
Yeah.
3 seasons, or did you?
We've been watching it for a while.
Like for like a week or two now. I've been
Oh,
watching it.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are
Very
they
nice.
making a new season or is it over?
I don't know. I think it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 seasons is kind of a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's a healthy
It's
amount.
healthy.
It's
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah.
I finally watched the carriage scene of Bridgerton.
Oh,
It was
Ooh,
worth
I
it.
haven't watched this new season yet. Do
it's
you
good.
recommend?
Yes, you
I
have to
really
watch
like
it.
I have
really
to
like
watch.
it.
Okay.
I think it's my favorite so far.
Okay.
What?
Well, actually,
What?
I haven't
You only
seen
saw
the other
one scene and you're like, this is my favorite season ever.
No, I made it all the way there. Like, I watched the first 4 episodes or whatever.
Yeah.
But now I'm watching the Kate and Anthony season, which I started before, but now I'm much more invested in the whole
Yeah.
world because of this one.
I mean,
think it was a good entry point.
I just actually I'm actually enjoying watching all of the interviews
Yeah.
and like dumb games and stuff that they're making the cast do more than I liked watching Bridgerton.
Really? Oh my god.
Because they're all so funny.
Yeah.
They're so funny. Yeah.
That's fun.
They have good chemistry off screen too.
Yeah. Honestly,
Interesting.
probably like better than on screen sometimes.
Whoa.
Oh.
Maggie, what are you watching?
I haven't been watching shows recently. There's just been a lot going on, but we saw Furiosa last night. It is a prequel to Mad Max Fury Road. It was really good.
Oh.
And then the last show that I binged before that, which was like many weeks ago, was Baby Reindeer.
Oh,
Which-
scary.
Spooky.
Scary.
Did you see
Spooky.
the real interview? The interview of
No,
real
but I heard it was
What's
happening.
her name? Marta?
Yeah.
The real Marta with
Did
Piers
you
Morgan.
watch it? Yeah, you watched
Yes.
it?
It was so cringe. It was wild.
Really?
I cannot believe that woman
I cannot believe they
agreed to do that.
were
It's like you did not believe one word that came out of her mouth.
really. Oh god.
It was bad.
Yeah.
What was she talking about? Just like the story?
Well, because Piers Morgan was like, how do you know it's about you? What was your relationship with him? How many emails did you actually send him? And all this stuff. Because it was something like 19,000. It was like wild. And she's like, I've never sent him anything. And you're like, well, you just said you sent him a letter. And then she was like, oh yeah, I did send him, I guess, a couple of emails. So it's like her story like always changed
Changing.
like in a weird way that was like, I never did this. And then it was like, oh, I sent this one. Oh, I sent a couple. So now automatically like your credibility's gone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I
And
cannot
she would
believe
pick very weird specific things.
Yeah.
She's like, I never tweeted at him. And he's like, your tweets are public. Like literally here's the tweets that you've said. And one of them is about hanging your curtains. And she's like, oh, well, that was just a joke. And you're like, okay, well, like, you're lying to me. You're lying to me.
Oh god.
I mean, this reminds me of something we did on Fake Pod. Shout out Patreon. Is okay. I'm gonna list the interviewers and tell me what you think of each of them. Okay. So Jimmy Fallon, on a scale of 1 to 5, you think he's a good interviewer?
Entertaining?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Annoying?
Sometimes he makes them do like annoying stuff.
You don't like the segments. You don't like the segments they do.
Some of them are kind of annoying. If I went on and had to do some of them, I'd be like, ugh. You know what I mean? Can you just imagine? Like if you're Meryl Streep and he's like making you play some game or something, she's going to be like, right? Right?
Imagine being Meryl Streep.
Imagine being Meryl Streep. Not on Jimmy Fallon is like, I guess if you want to do the sip or whatever challenge. That's really funny. How about Seth Meyers? A little bit more serious.
Yeah.
He's more serious. Yeah.
You would go on Seth Meyers.
I would go on Seth Meyers.
You wouldn't be annoyed on
He
Seth
would give me the
Meyers.
screen time I deserve.
Maggie, what about you? Do you like Seth Meyers? I feel like he's maybe one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
I think he's cool. Amelia de Moldenberg. She's Chicken Shop Date.
Oh.
She's what?
Chicken Shop Date. Have you not seen this?
No.
You would love her. I actually think you would really think she's funny.
I don't think I've ever seen.
I'll text you the Paul Mescal one.
Clip.
I need to see it.
Yeah.
I think she's one of the best of our generation.
I like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Sean Evans.
Sean Evans.
Oh my gosh. Hot Ones?
Oh.
Hot
Okay,
Ones,
this is so interesting because I think of Sean Evans maybe once a day. And
He's your Roman Empire?
Would you go on Hot Ones?
I would go on Hot Ones because I think it's funny. I do think it's funny.
Could you handle it?
No, but that's what can be funny about it. You're like dying, you know.
Sounds fun.
Because you're having like a Scotch bonnet wing.
What could go wrong?
You know. That's more of a fun challenge.
Okay, you like that segment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I would be embarrassed. It's kind of embarrassing though if you can't handle the spice. But it's also kind of funny.
I don't think the embarrassing part is not that you can't handle it. The embarrassing part is like what your body does.
Yeah.
Right? You're like
you can't control.
sweating. You like can't talk. You're like searching for something to like get the acidity out of your mouth and stuff. The heat.
Yeah.
Like that's what's the embarrassing part.
Would you go on?
Absolutely not. Like I like spicy food, but yeah, I would not be able to control.
Yeah.
I think like I can handle spice, but they don't play around on there.
Yeah. I want to know if Sean Evans is actually having the spice because he handles it so smoothly and nobody else can do it. And I'm like, maybe he gets a little bit less spicy ones.
He must, right? He still has to perform a job.
Right.
And if
probably enough that
he
it shows a little bit, or he can be like, "Ooh, that's spicy."
Yeah. But he needs to come back to work.
Yeah. Exactly.
He needs to come back to work.
He got to come back and work. They can't poison him every single time, you know?
Yeah.
And like spice is not a taste bud flavor.
Oh, yeah.
It's a sensation. It's literally fire.
Yeah.
Like you have salty, sweet, umami, all those. Spice is not one of them.
Whoa.
It's pain.
Pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Alexandra Cooper, Call Her Daddy fame.
I think she's a great interviewer.
I think she's really good.
Yeah.
And I love her pivot. It was courageous and it paid off. But I think she does a good job and she gets the juice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen Call Her Daddy?
But I've seen clips, but I've not seen like a full on.
I don't know if I've seen, because they keep redirecting me to Spotify and I can't figure it out. And if I spent 5 minutes, I'm sure I would. But when I'm on YouTube, I'm like, whatever, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But I think she's great. I kind of want to get into I haven't really listened to old Call Her Daddy. I've only seen the clips from the new interview series.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more advice.
Okay. I work in a school district and recently found out my job is cut from the budget for next year, which means starting this summer, I do not have a job in line. I have cried almost every day as I'm worried about the students who are on my caseload and who will they have for support next year. I have a mental health position, and I'm anxious about being in interviews as it feels like I'm auditioning for American Idol. There's literally a panel of people wanting to interview you. I just applied for a job at a high school and really hoping to get it, but due to my depression about losing my job, I'm having a hard time being happy about it. I was wondering if you've been in a similar situation where you were laid off from a job. How did you cope with trying to plan for the future? Thank you for all your wonderful advice. Oh, thank you for writing in. Definitely being laid off from a job is very, very stressful because it kind of rips the rug from under your feet. So I can't even imagine how stressful that must feel. And yeah, it's okay to be anxious for interviews. I feel similarly, like I get really squirrely sometimes when there's like too many ears listening to me.
Yeah. The whole process, getting dressed for it, like preparing.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's just like, oh, this, like, we're just not, like, we're not getting, like, not even not getting along, but it's just like, we're not in the same wavelength.
Yeah. Having a couple questions, like vague questions prepped has always helped, and like typing them out or writing them out, whichever one helps you process, just so you can pull from those and like talk on your experience, and addressing and answering the question has always helped me. Sometimes recording myself also helps. Not so much video, but just audio.
That's such a good tip.
Helps as well. Just kind of like,
you can hear how it comes off. Yeah.
Wow.
That's just like interview tips. But in terms of just like processing, seeing if you can like talk to someone about like how you're feeling, whether it be a therapist or like a close friend or a family member is always helpful. I know talk therapy is helpful for some people. Sometimes even just writing it out or having some sort of medium where you can kind of decompress is important.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever been laid off?
Have I ever been laid off? No.
It was like one of the best days of my life. It was so good.
It was so good.
You're like, I'll take that unemployment.
Yeah, I got like, I mean, I don't know what her situation is, but when I got laid off, I got like a 3 month severance.
Oh, wow. That's good.
And that's when I moved to LA. I was in DC and I got laid off and I was like, I don't want to be in DC anymore. This is perfect.
Oh.
I got laid off. There's nothing keeping me here now. I can leave.
Wow.
Nice.
That's like a nice way to kind of
So it was
spin
like, yeah, it's like that you don't have a job, but then like you have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
True.
Nothing to lose. You don't have a job. What are
Yeah.
you losing? You can like
It
make
is
your life what you want next to be.
stress-inducing to kind of look at the future, but like if you take it from day to day and you're like, okay, I'm gonna need to find a job. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Like start looking, but you don't need to find one within 3 seconds of being laid off. Like give yourself some grace, give yourself some time, and yeah,
Think about what you really want to do.
Yeah,
Where you really want to go. Who you really want to be.
Yeah.
This is an exciting time.
Yeah.
Next chapter of life.
Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. Be sure to keep washing your hands, being kind to your neighbor, tipping your servers, getting vaccinated, registering to vote. And thanks so much. Yeah. Be sure, we love reading your advice questions. So please send your advice over to youcansitwithuspod@gmail.com. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.